name is O'Shea, and today I would like to talk to you about my heritage and why I love my heritage. I live here in England, but I'm originally from Jamaica. My mum is from St. Anne's and my dad is from St. Andrews. And I love being Jamaican, you know. I love the culture, the food, the music, the sport. I love being Jamaican a lot. And I feel like us Jamaicans, we have a fire in our spirit. Some say that that's from the Maroons back in the day. I don't know, but maybe that is why. I love being black, but being black we have a lot of difficulties. I have a lot of difficulties as well. You know, being a black boy, you're put into a category of being aggressive, etc., etc. And it's our job to get out of that category and defy the odds, because the odds are against us. I also go to a predominantly white school and I'm underrepresented there, so I have to show them what being black truly means, you know what I mean? Even the history lessons were not represented, so I have to find out about my history elsewhere. I'm very interested though about black history and about my heritage. So yeah, there's a little snippet of why I like my heritage.
Hello, I'm Niobe and I live in America. And living in America, growing up here, I didn't notice a lot of things that had to do with race and colorism and stuff. But as I got older, I would notice things. So like, for instance, I would make friends. They'd be white, and this was just like a year ago, and they'd be like, "You're intimidating," and I was like, "How?" Because like I'm short and I'm just me. I never thought in a way that like I was different from everyone else. I was just like, oh, we're people. So that is one thing that I went through. And as I got older, I would notice more things that had to do with race and just the color of my skin. And I live in a very not so diverse place. So a lot of people here tend to be racist, and it kind of sucks, but I wouldn't say it's been too bad for me growing up. I didn't face a lot of issues that had to do with race, but I slowly started to notice different things that would happen related to it. Another part of living in America while being black is a lot of people see you differently when you're not even thinking about it. You just walk around living, and I did that for like my whole life, and I haven't really changed the way I act because of my skin, and there's a lot of stigmas surrounding black people, like, oh, they're all ghetto, they're dumb, they can't do anything, stuff like that. They're less. So there's a lot of, like, especially in the school system where I live, there's a lot of not helping anyone if they're not white. Like, so, oh, like, I got an F. And usually teachers make a deal out of that, and they're like, oh, let me contact parents. But, like, it happened with my brother, actually. They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything to my brother, but had it been any other kid, they would have, which is kind of sucky. Yeah. And then, like, other, like, just, like, relationships with friends and stuff. I don't have any black friends because where I live, there's no black people. And so, like, I would get treated certain ways or go through something different and they wouldn't understand. So it's hard to find people who would understand how you're feeling or what you're going through. And that also goes for relationships. So, like, because there's not a lot of black people where I live, and yeah, it's just, I would date a white kid and my parents would be like, oh my gosh, and make a big deal out of it, and it sucks. They would have to ask, and they would have to be like, oh, does this kid's parent support dating a black person? And those were some of the times where I was like, wow, that's crazy, because you don't think about that. You're like, oh, I like this person, and then you just move on. But it was crazy. I had to ask to see if their parents would support me because of my skin color. But yeah, that's another thing. And with the recent riots and stuff and police brutality and all of that, it gets hard. I think about how I'm going to live here. It's scary. It hurts my brain to think about it. It's really scary because I don't want to just be minding my business and walking around and then get hate crimed or something just because of my skin. It's scary. So I think a lot about that and how living in America, there's a lot of people who dislike me, and also because I am a woman and I'm black, so it comes harder with job opportunities and just being looked at as my own person rather than a stereotype of me. But yeah. There's a lot of things going on, and it's hard to explain, but I hope everything can be resolved soon enough in America, and that I can feel safe to just grow up and live on my own, do things for myself, because as of right now, I'm actually kind of terrified. But yeah, I recognize everything that's happened through history. There's a lot of things still in the dark, but there's also a lot of things in the light, and some people choose to ignore them and some people don't. And so like I look at the past and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna do that. You know, there's things that happen and it's like, oh, I'm gonna try and get around that, or be like, I'm not gonna let them do this, no matter how hard it gets. And I'm glad that people in the past in America, black people, fought and they kept fighting. And we're still fighting till this day. We just have a lot more, alliance. But that's how it is in America. And hopefully it'll get better. Bye.
Hi, my name is Joel and I'm from Ghana. So, Ghana is in Africa, and here in Ghana, we do things a little bit different. We have a very strong cultural heritage from our ancestors and the slave trade and all of that. Um, some of the things we do are very interesting. I love them, but some are just so unjust. Now, being a black boy, it's quite normal. I mean, once you're home, you know you're home, and there's no one to judge you here. But considering the fact that there's racism out there, well, first of all, there shouldn't be, because there's no reason why you should judge a person because of his color, his or her color. Believe you me, there is racism in Ghana, and I have an example. As I was growing up, I saw a lot of albinos, but other Ghanaians didn't really relate to them equally. That was about 10 years ago. Now Ghana has changed, but back then we saw them as different because of their hair color, their skin color, all those kind of stuff. I think being black is a gift because we have all these cultural heritages and our history, and there's a lot to learn. Like, it's a very interesting history yet painful. This means that heritages don't actually differ from continent to continent, but they differ also within countries in Africa. So Ghana may have a different point of view, and another country in Africa will also have a different point of view of the same thing.
Growing up as a multiracial child has had its challenges. I've been subject to racial profiling and discrimination. And while none of it was ever acceptable, one thing it has taught me is how to treat others with respect and how to do unto others as I would like them to do unto me. And I think that that is such an important lesson for a young child to learn. But what I wish was different was that we all knew how to do that without having to be racist.
Hello everyone, my name's Judith and I am from North London in the United Kingdom. I may be looking up and down because I've got notes in front of me. So what my heritage means to me, I am Ghanaian descent. So I was born and raised in England all my life to Ghanaian parents. And yeah, I'm proud. I just appreciate my upbringing. You know, being born in Britain, having a combination of British culture and Ghanaian culture, and having, you know, different values and the way I see the world, and also eating a mixture of British food, English food, rather, since I live in England, and then of course Ghanaian foods. I just love it, and I just do appreciate it. And in terms of, you know, school, uni, work, it's been majority white. The specific area that I've grown up in, that I'm currently in now, is a majority white area. But as of now, it's more diverse. But this specific area is majority white. But the thing is, everybody's so welcoming and, you know, very open to different cultures, and that's what I really love. And when I was at university, I studied fine art, so I focused on diversity and culture in London, but reflecting on my personal experience, since I'm from a Ghanaian culture but being born in Britain. So I wanted to combine the two together and make it in a digital format for people to understand visually. And I really enjoyed it. And I even, you know, written about diversity and culture and female artists as part of my dissertation essay. And yeah, so I'm really happy that was out of the way. And I really enjoyed university. You know, you meet all kinds of people and I just love it. Of course, everyone is going to face difficulties. And in terms of me, I've had comments, I guess racist comments, you know, being thrown at me. Obviously, it's not nice to experience, but it's one of those things that you unfortunately go through. It can range from skin color, it can range from your appearance, the way your hair looks like. So I've had these comments already, and it's just, you know what, it's made me a stronger person, and it's taught me, you know, how to be more appreciative of my culture and be more open about it. And I can officially say, yes, I am very open, and I just love learning new things every day, and I like people to learn new things every day. But that's a short video from me.